We're back again, blood. You understand? I'm happy. I'm happy, as you can tell. England take on the mighty USA, blood, and they call it soccer. Fuck off. It's football, blood. It's football, right? Oh yes, yes. Oh, I've been waiting for this moment. Oh yes, I'm excited. You understand? Come on. That's what I would say. England players, you understand? Don't lose this, blood. We cannot lose this game today. You understand? We cannot lose this. We cannot lose this. We cannot. We cannot. We cannot. It's just simple. We can't. Oh, mate. We can't. We can't lose this. We can't lose this, mate. No, we can't. Can't lose this, mate. You know what I'm saying, mate? Can't lose this, mate. It's the World Cup time.
Touched on that. This USA
People
team
there,
come on,
let's go.
Certainly with McKennie, Adams, and
people there, you understand?
Push the team forward. I think England just have to be patient. I think tonight, just to let the Americans burn themselves out a little bit like they did against the Wales the game before.
I think they've got off to a really good start against Iran. Headed into the game very quickly. And they took command, and that's a nervous touch for Matt Turner, the Arsenal goalkeeper. Shaw, who created England's first goal on Monday evening.
Let's go, blood. Come on, fam.
Okay. Body swerve. Right, trying to run behind the England defence. It's tidied up by Trippier.
Already a sign, Sam, that the USA team, when they do get the ball, they'll try and use the pace and the power of Wright in between the full-backs and centre-backs.
Come on, blood. You understand? Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Referee tonight, by the way, is from Venezuela. Jesus Valenzuela. There is Gareth Southgate, the England manager, who says England have to get both ends of the pitch right if they're going to be serious contenders. He was a little bit grumpy at the end of the game on Monday evening, having conceded 2 late goals.
I can say that again. I saw him down the tunnel after the game. He wasn't happy at all, but just keeping everybody on the toes.
Tim Ream and Fulham moving the ball back to Matt Turner, who's under a little bit of pressure from Harry Kane.
Some great performances the other night. Saka, Bellingham was absolutely superb, but I think the start of everything good in the first half came from Mount. I think the little pockets he picked up in that inside left position just got the Iranians turned and running back
Come
for
on,
goal.
let's go.
That might be
I'm
where
ready.
it starts again tonight.
Well, when England have played with a 4, they've usually played 2 holding midfielders. That's not the case in this lineup, or wasn't the case on Monday when Declan Rice played as the one single pivot with the 2 8s in Mount and Bellingham either side. It allowed those 2 to get up and engage. They might have a little bit more work to do defensively today. Certainly the USA will expect to have more of the ball. This is Walter Zimmerman. Now Tim Ring. Anthony Robinson. Sort of bound down that left-hand side, engaged by Kieran Trippier.
It is important that Mount does help out a bit defensively, just looking across them. USA outnumbering England across that middle. Bellingham and Rice shifting across.
Come on. Sure. Pickford. Maguire. Stones. Number 5 in it, Man United.
The USA press in the first half against Wales caused Rob Page's side quite a few issues. Allowed England to have it on the edge of their own penalty area early in this game.
Yeah, the trigger normally comes a little bit time after the ball's starting to be passed around at the back. One of the players will just shout something and nearest the ball just goes and then they all go together. They normally let the centre-backs have it for a bit.
Music to Harry Maguire's ears. He was allowed to start a number of England attacks. Him and John Stearns, referred to by the manager in the press conference yesterday, is the platform from which England build their play. I was looking for Luke Shaw. Just a little bit inaccurate with his pass. Serginho Dest of AC Milan. He's on loan from Barcelona in Serie A, but he's only started one game in the Italian league this season. And that is a problem with a number of the USA team. They haven't had as many minutes recently as I think Greg Berhalter would like.
Come on. Come on, England.
A few under his belt at Fulham. Has two.
That's basically why they lasted an hour the other night. You know, you put that amount of energy into a game.
Come on.
Also,
Come on.
change the system and put them on the back foot a little
Let's
bit.
go.
They did run out of steam pretty obviously.
Come on, England. 6 minutes in, blood. Still 0-0. Six minutes in. You all excited for this game, yeah? Yeah.
Robinson. This is Christian Pulisic.
How are you all feeling?
Musa.
Let me know, people. Let me know, people.
It's in the Arsenal Academy. Adams.
If you are new here, please do give us a like, share, and subscribe as well. It will help the channel contribution and that. Thank you.
I think Trippier might have to keep an eye on Anthony Robinson throughout the course of tonight's game. He likes to bound forward, get crosses into the box.
Come on.
Usually when he does go high up, Yunus Musa shuffles across into that left.
I think it's not long.
Area. Cover for him.
England. So then, USA look okay. I can't lie. I can't lie, blood. USA look good.
That's where England
They look okay.
get out. They do press on the side of the ball a lot of blue shirts.
I think our fitness levels are way
around the ball, and if you can get through that first bit of press, like from that throw, Harry Kane was out onto the other side, but then you've got to move it quick so they don't catch you back up.
If you are new here, please do consider giving us a subscribe and a like, of course, and help the channel. Saka.
Saka. Well positioned was Anthony Robinson.
It's going to be a good little battle to watch, those two.
Going into a tackle with Wright not coming off particularly well from it. I won't want to lose him. He was the standout player, I think, in the game on Monday. He was on the ball again. Tackle outside. Harry Kane takes it wide. It was good bending. Sort of in the nick of time.
Oh, brilliant 1-2 on the edge. And Saka's away. The ball is almost perfect to his feet, and he just lays it back, and he's great defending. Just throws himself at the feet of Harry Kane.
Well, first England corner. And dead ball situations are England's trump card. They scored the most set-piece goals in European qualifying, 13. And out-swinging corners in particular are a real problem. Maguire hit the bar from one against Iran. This is trickier. Stone's almost got on the end of that one. Maguire's done well to keep it alive. Still going, Harry Maguire. Still going, Harry Maguire. Chance for Watts, which is blazed over the top of the line.
Well, who knew? Harry Maguire, left winger. It was Stones. The corner was directed to Harry Kane, just went chasing the ball, and great bit of skill. He really stumbled over it, but terrible defending from Adams. Just went for the dummy, and in the end, high and wide.
There's no getting away from it. Most fans probably don't understand how someone who has started one Premier League game since August for his club is the linchpin of the defence. Gareth Southgate was quick to explain why. Do you understand why?
Yeah, I think, I've spoke to Gareth about it, and he likes the fact that all the defenders get on. They seem to like each other on the pitch. They've formed a bond at the back, and you have to say that Maguire is not letting England down. Very consistent. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And the fact that he keeps switching as well from time to time, 2 or 3. Harry Maguire just fits in that left-hand side, whether he's playing a wider centre-back or the left of the 2. But you also have to caveat that with both Stones and Harry Maguire at times can give you a chance.
Let us know, people, you're going to win. Who's going to win? Let us know.
And also, Sam, what you have to think about is who else would you play? Because, you have to have somebody waiting to take his place. And it's not been an obvious candidate, really.
Come on.
Stone trying to get the better of Dest. Finding Kane. Chance for flicking out towards Bukayo Saka, but he was inaccurate with his ball, and that's not like him.
It's a good sign for England, though, that Green doesn't really want to go short with Harry Kane, so he can turn in those areas. We know how good his passing is normally.
This is Wilson. Yes, they haven't won many games recently. 3 draws and a defeat to Japan since they beat Grenada in June. Mount. England's form wasn't too good coming into the competition.
Anyway,
Bellingham.
Come on.
Now Trippier. Mr. McKennie seems to be following around Mason Mount like a shadow. It's a good ball by Stones. Bellingham. Trippier. And Saka might be in again here. Might pop
Hey!
Harry Kane. He went for the Richarlison. Trippier again. Combination between Trippier and Saka working really well down that right-hand side. It did the other night too.
Yeah, he's been the one 2 or 3 times now in that inside right position, just failing to pick out his man. How good was he the other night as well, Saka? To be fair.
Not overall, and it being his first World Cup start, scoring 2 goals behind Saka. Sharp in mind and body. That's the place in goal to beat anyone.
Well, he's got a good one behind him. Trippier's experienced now, and he sort of pulls him around in front of him, making him do his defensive work when he's needed as well.
Weston McKennie. It's for Juventus in Serie A. Tim Reed. Section by Rice, but he might inadvertently have poked that out to Tim Ware.
Come on.
Stretched by Tyler Adams. It's going to be away by Harry Maguire.
Let's keep it.
Protected it really well. Saka. Bellingham. Shaw.
Go. Let's go.
Speaking to Gareth Southgate, he knew that tonight was going to be one of those nights where they might have to be a little bit patient. Shaw. Sterling getting it back to the Manchester United left full back. Chance to drive it into the box, but he didn't catch it.
No, they're on the break. Come on.
And the break is on. Led by Anthony.
God, no, please don't.
This is Christian Pulisic.
Pulisic.
Might need a little bit of help here.
Switches.
Kenny. Angie Wright is waiting in the centre. He's trying to get that header in and connects with the ball, but misfires. A warning.
Come on.
He's put his hands up as if to
Come on, come on.
A little bit short then.
Make up, lads. Come on, man.
Good enough to just get in
Come on.
front of Wright. See the run going in.
Let's go. Let's go.
Very difficult to get that back on target. But yeah,
We can't let these people that call it soccer win. You understand, man? It's football. Come on. Pickford.
Flicking on, Sterling hanging on the shoulder of Walter Zimmerman, who has been amongst the best defenders in the MLS over the last couple of years. He plays for Nashville. Here's Robinson. Running into Saka first, then Trippier. And then Bellingham winning a free kick from Yunus Musa.
Good as Saka's been on the ball and those little runs he's making in the box, defensively he's just getting bypassed a little bit on this USA left-hand side. From Robinson out to Pulisic. Trippier's had a couple of words with him saying, I just need you to cut off the pass to feet.
Come on. Deckers. Come on, blood.
The first time the US fans have raised their voice and the England fans have responded immediately. There is a very healthy contingent here supporting Gareth Southgate's team. A few Americans as well, they've travelled in numbers. Vocal group behind the goal that haven't stopped moving since the whistle was blown. Didn't quite work.
No, there's that press. Not quite as ferocious as it was the other day, but I think they just realised that playing against a better set of players, so the press has to be a little bit more organised.
Wow. This is Kane. Wants to go beyond his marker, and Kane's got company. Shrugs off Tyler Adams.
Go on, Saka.
Saka, Bellingham. There's space over on the left-hand side if they can shift it. Not able to do that, England, and it's been robbed by a combination of Musa and Pulisic, and Musa's got it again. And there's space on the far side for the United States of America, and this is Serginho Dest trying to steer it into a dangerous area. It was the wrong ball. Pulisic loves to run and dribble at players. Where in by Dest, and the arms of Jordan Pickford go up. And he tries to encourage his teammates just to switch on a bit.
I'm pretty sure Gareth Southgate will be out into his technical area. Just have a little word. Got a little bit sloppy there. England got hit on the break. That's what USA can do to you. Good period of play for them.
And Southgate and Greg Berhalter are pals of sorts.
It's not allowed.
Well, they put their friendship on ice for a little while. Berhalter called him and asked him for advice when he first became the USA boss back in 2018. Stayed in touch ever since. The relationship probably had to cool off, bearing in mind they were playing each other at the World Cup. Berhalter saying that he'd been sending Southgate a few WhatsApp messages but wasn't getting the double blue tick. No one wants to be ghosted. They gave it away, then managed to win it back again.
I feel they're just lacking a little bit of a runner.
Come on, man. Come on.
Patient build-up and playing quite high in USA. Every now and again, Bellingham's tried a couple, but no supply line.
Seconds. Yeah. Come on. Maggie, Maguire. Jude. No. Kind of deep line.
Popping up on the right-hand side for England.
We are playing a deep line.
We've been able to get him into that little slot we got into against the Iranians, just in between the two lines on the left-hand side, so he's come over to the right. Harry Kane is a proper centre forward. His footwork, his holding play.
which is brilliant. Closing in on that England goal-scoring record as well. Would have been disappointed that he didn't manage to get on the score sheet when England scored 6 on Monday evening, but he did provide 2 goals for his teammates. Raheem Sterling trying to trouble Dest. To cause him a bit of grief because he's Declan Rice. Shaw's waiting over on the far touchline with his hand in the air, bellowing for the ball. It's gone the other way to Bukayo Saka, who isn't able to keep it in. There's been a debate about the makeup of that England midfield for some time. The perfect blend has never really been nailed down. Jude Bellingham, standout player on Monday, excellent without the ball and progressive with it. Mason Mount, as you mentioned right at the top, is really important, drifting into those half positions on the left-hand side, but he's seen very little of the ball in the opening 24 minutes of the game, and Greg Berhalter, I think, will be pretty pleased with the way the game is going at the moment.
Yeah, you have to say McKennie, Adams and Musa are doing a really good job of squeezing that space for it. Well, as we said at the start of the game, I think patience is a big word for tonight. It may be now that he drifts a little bit more into a central possession. Mount has to influence things more. Pulisic has been able to continue despite a confrontation with Trippier. This is Weston McKennie. Tyler Adams. McKennie's got it back again. Actually right, waiting in the centre, so is Christian Pulisic. This is Musa. Dest. Where? Ending towards McKennie. It's over the bar. It's a cracking chance for the United States of America. Bit of a let off for England. Well, they refuse a cross 2 or 3 times. And you think, put it in. There was an opportunity. And then they lay it back. And then just look at the far post. It's Trippier. McKennie just drops off. And in that position, you're so close to the goal, you have to go tight. From Trippier's point of view, no advantage to go towards your goal. Just go mark a player.
Well, there's a lot of potential in this United States group. They are one of the youngest squads at the World Cup. They've been on a rapid development path in the last few years under Greg Berhalter. Since missing out on Russia, the project is clear. They want to produce a team for when they host the World Cup in 4 years' time. That doesn't mean they can't be competitive now.
Just missed the chance of the half. Patient build-up. It's like, when are you going to cross it?
Dest playing at Milan. Kenny playing at Juventus. There are a lot of players playing at Chelsea, Leeds and Arsenal.
I think they'll get tired of Canal.
Just watch when the ball comes in. You're so close to that goal, you've got to go touch tight because in any sort of space, and there it is. Stones gets dragged towards Pulisic. Trippier has to be super tight there.
England got fortunate there as well. Free kick was given. USA wanted to play the advantage. That was a challenge that happened after the initial offence that the referee had given.
Come on. Come on, blood. We ain't really pressing them.
Yeah,
You understand?
That's too easy to get out. Sterling's looking over his shoulder going, am I going to press it? What am I doing? A little bit of indecision when they haven't got the ball in the middle.
Pulisic, yeah. of McKennie. This is Robinson. McKennie's come into the penalty area now. Robinson again. Musa hits into deflection, which actually didn't deviate the path of the ball too much, and Jordan Pickford was able to grab it.
It's good block. Right, it's his job to get out in front of his back four, but it's just a little problem. Sterling on one side, Saka on the other. 2 or 3 times they've bypassed there when they've been playing out from the back, and leaves England short in midfield.
Bernhardt was all praise yesterday. He said when they drew England that Gareth Southgate was making the shirt a cape rather than a straight jacket. Yesterday he was talking about the England manager being his mentor, and everyone says something nice about you until the whistle starts. Out into a good position but couldn't turn.
Yeah, he will have expected someone a little bit tighter than they were. It's
Come on.
the first time really he's got in a dangerous position.
That?
Wasn't quite sure what was behind him.
Chelsea had a bit of a sticky into the first part of the season, and he had a sticky start to the campaign, but he did find his form at just the right time. He scored an ace goal against Germany. He thrived in the game at the Al Khalifa Stadium a few short days ago. Dest. Musa. Roger out to Robinson. Good touch by Pulisic, and Musa was struggling to get away. John Stones made sure that he didn't.
But there again, the press trickier coming out to Robinson. Too late. He's 5, 6, 7 yards away from him when he gets the ball and able to make the pass. England just off the pace a little bit when they're pressing. It's good play from the USA.
Half an hour gone. Still we await our first goal. Going long to try and find Wright, who is the second top scorer in Turkish football this season. Well, Matt claims that he got something in the face here.
Fucking true.
McKennie just looking a bit wrong, comes across, back of the elbow, accidental.
Behind Kane. Extra off with Bellingham in midfield, breaking into the box. A little bit more height, a second target to aim at. Rice tries to pinch it. Now protects it. Can't get away.
Come on.
It's good.
Come on, lad.
McKennie, the USA again. Too much room for him to run into. McKennie. This is Musa. Trying to shift it on to Pulisic. England backing off, and Pulisic.
Pulisic.
Well, how many warnings do England need?
Maluku, eh?
Yeah, senior players on there need to shake the rest of the team up because it's just getting a little bit too much pressure for my liking. Great strike from Pulisic. On the other side, McKennie gets away. Rice couldn't stay with it. All of a sudden, England are on the edge of the box. Not enough pressure on the ball. Slight touch. Looks like
What's going on, man? Need to wake up, lad. Wake up, man.
One more
These players, that
just
look.
got to get a little bit tighter. The USA are enjoying
Come
a good spell.
Come on.
Trying to cause problems, but there's already a problem.
Second half, they will fall apart. It's like
Free
big
kick
shot.
given to England. Maybe a bit of respite.
Maybe a knee in the derriere. Elbow lands right on it. Elbow. Bone shaker.
Come on, blood. Come on. Come on, come on.
USA look as if they're going to set up quite a high line here. They're usually very good at carving out chances from set pieces. This is very central, Lee. What would you do?
It's a little bit too straight. And men on the ball looks like Harry Kane on one side and Stones on the other. So they've given themselves options to get the ball high and wide. Straight ball over the top.
So by Trippier looking for Harry Maguire, who's hoping to re-centre the ball. Trying to clear. They did just call over John Stones and have a word in his ear.
Greg Berhalter will be the happier coach right now.
34 minutes in. 34 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. 34 minutes in.
John Stones is high up on this right-hand side.
Not anymore. He's off back. He didn't like it up there.
He's been playing as a right-back for Manchester City this season. And occasionally getting into advanced positions.
Come on, blood. Come on.
USA got a really good shape. The back line is pretty high because it's got those three protecting.
Here's Luke Shaw.
Well, to be honest, USA are set up tactically well, to be fair.
Position, a little flick from Bellingham, doesn't come off. Still dropping in England's favour inside the box. Saka trying to keep it alive. Shaw's got it now. Mount looking for Kane, a little bit too close to Matt Turner, who immediately wants to dispatch the ball upfield to Christian Pulisic. Stones is going to be alert and is.
Yeah, that's what you thought. It's your last man. Just keep your eye on everything. He certainly did that. Pace of the ball, flight of the ball. A rare attack for England.
Well, Matt Turner was speaking yesterday. He insisted his team had learned from the Wales game. It does appear that is the case. They haven't gassed out as quickly as they did in that match. He said they'd also have to be better when they win the ball back. If they want to score goals, they have chances after turning the ball over, but their final pass or effort on goal wasn't clean enough. They've had the two best chances of this game and haven't taken them.
And you have to say, England's pressing and USA have had the ball has not been particularly good. They've been a little bit late to everything.
Handball.
England free kick. Handball against
37 minutes in, blood. 0-0.
36 minutes in. How has Harry Kane moved through those minutes? It was a foot problem, not an ankle problem. Kane was a little surprised about the noise over the last few days. But I think the concern was understandable, bearing in mind he's had 7 separate ankle injuries during his career.
Well, when you saw the replay, it did look like he twisted his ankle, but I think reassuring that Karen was down there pitch side and saw that he was striking balls, no problem at all. So no real worry with that.
Tyler Adams trying to travel forward, dealt with by Mason Mount.
And if you think how many times you put your laces through a ball as a centre forward, it's not that often. You might get 1 or 2 chances where he's actually striking it like that. That might hurt a bit, but he'll put up with that if one goes in the back of the net.
He's winding up for a long throw into the England box. On towards it. Maguire engaged. It's still not under control. Wright's got it now. Trying to twist away from John Stones, who did well. The USA have a corner. Scored goals in Turkey this season. 15 last campaign for Antilles Sport. He's already got 9 this season. He did hold for it too. Aimed in towards the near post, dealt with by Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire.
Handled by Serginho Dest, but it was unnecessary really because he had backup. England lacking a little bit of tempo for you, Lee?
Yeah.
All over the place.
Tempo's
without the ball. I'm sure Gareth will have something to say at half time. But as I said, sometimes you just got to give some credit to the opposition. Their organisation's been spot on so far. Just no real spark in this England team at the moment.
Come on, blood. Come on. Let's go. Tempo's been a bit but yeah. You understand?
Pinched by Harry Maguire, but he's left space as he's got to engage. Where he's got 2 waiting in the centre, and the back post Pulisic is too heavy for him. And England now got to move it upfield quickly. Can't capitalise on a misshapen Kane's got him out. Saka wants it in the middle. Saka gets it. Look at the space out wide for Shaw on the left-hand side. If England could work it that way, that's a full ball.
Right idea, poor execution. Nothing really coming off for England.
There he goes again, Dest. Pulisic peeling off on the back post. Dest is going a long way. And the deflection takes it out on this near side for another USA corner.
I'll tell you what, Harry Maguire did well there because he's left 1v1. Dest goes on the overlap and he's running that in. He's held back off a little bit. Once he gets in the box, very difficult.
Good luck, Maguire.
He keeps his eye on the ball, doesn't get too square, just does enough.
Been good at attacking for a while. They'll need to be on their mark defending one now. Pulisic. Pretty easy for Maguire to deal with. Pulisic got a lot of criticism actually for his corner delivery in the game against Wales.
And rightly too.
A bit of criticism for England at half time. We certainly need to improve. Musa, Pulisic. Space for McKennie, it's left for Ware. Then on to right. In by Dest, and the header is going through the second goal. Jordan Pickford was well aware that it was, but there's too many holes in that England defence.
Yeah, another chance for USA to stop the cross. Didn't happen. Came in and Pulisic off his shoulder. Just falling off the ball a little. But Gareth Southgate will be concerned because it's first half the copy for England. Off the pace.
His first half has been shit.
In his Trippier now, going all over the place, and Trippier trying to put his case for the defence. But they've just been second best all over the pitch for me.
Lots of blue shirts back to harass England. Bellingham, look at the run of man. Didn't get spotted or put through. Shaw towards the far post. The Matt Turner is too big. That's over his head. Nice. This is John Stones. Saka. And now space for Bellingham, who's behind Tyler Adams here.
Bellingham!
Produces a cross.
Fucking hell, why do we see Sterling?
Harry Kane.
Raheem!
Through to Sterling.
Sure!
Goes to the
Sure!
left. Jorginho Des pulls it back.
Fucking hell, man!
He was just a bit behind him and he couldn't wrap his foot around it. But that's England's best chance of the game.
Yeah, good play. Good bit of play both sides. Get behind the blue line. Get crosses in. It's just behind Saka. He can't wrap his foot around it. England fans acknowledging a little bit of forward play, which we haven't seen a lot of.
I'm fucking concerned about this. We're not been good second half. I mean, the first half.
Southgate's got an idea of.
We haven't been good at the first half. Like, we need to up the tempo, and I do think we can up the tempo because these guys may be tired. So let's hope and pray. Like, you understand? But yeah, like, we just need to up the tempo second half. Get these guys tired. Let them keep pressing. Get them tired. Bounce! Oh!
He got it out of his feet quickly.
Fucking amazing. Save that. Good save. That was going to go in, blood.
Save he should be making, but he'd be happy he did. In the end, it looked a lot better than perhaps it was because it wasn't.
No, is that the first shot we had on target? Second.
Some pace.
So yeah, we need to up the tempo second half, blood. You understand? The team have to do it despite Southgate. I've said this already.
England have a corner kick right at the end.
I've said this already, but the team have to do it despite Southgate. You know what I'm saying?
Lacked a spark.
So let's go.
Towards that tack post, but
why is Maguire pushing in?
Before he can reach Maguire. And that is the end of the first half. And 4-0 draws at this tournament, and it's only thanks to a crossbar and Weston McKennie's miss that we are potentially on course for another. The USA had the best chances in that first half. Mason Mount with a long-range strike, probably the best of England's offering. Our all-star cast are waiting to analyse that first half next, but it's been disappointing from England at the break. England 0, USA 0.
Oh, yeah. We need to come. Fucking no, not like that. Oh fuck. We need to come out the second half better. Why did I say that? For fuck's sake. But yeah, we need to come out that second half better and stronger, blood. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully Gareth has a bollocking at home. But we have to, like, as I said, if we win this tournament, it'll be despite Southgate. Little bits would be to do with Southgate. Little bits, not majority of it. Like these players, you know, if they tried, then you know, it'd be despite Southgate. But yeah, let me know. Hang on, I was gonna. Yeah, but I want to quickly go a quick waz in it, blood. You understand? I'll be back soon. Hello. I've played the game. I'm joking. I'm back. USA are back out. They're in the huddle. What's going on? Oh, look, I don't want to admit this. I'm English. I don't want them to win. But the best thing for them to do is come out the second half and keep the same energy. Look, I have to remain unbiased here. But come on, England, lad. Come on. Come on, lad. Come on, lad. Come on, England.
But not on yet. Let's rejoin Lee Dixon and Sam Matterface then for the second half.
Cheers, Mark. Lots of political and moral issues have been highlighted at this World Cup. Some thought England might copy Germany's protest gesture today. It was never in Gareth Southgate's plan, but the FA have tonight lit up the Wembley Arch in the rainbow colours in support of the LGBT community.
LGBT.
There is something tricky about the USA for England. It's the third meeting between these two sides at a World Cup, every one of them taking place in the group stages. USA winning in Brazil, massive shock in 1950, the 1-1 draw of the World Cup in South Africa in 2010. And both tournaments didn't end well.
Southgate, I've had to. He's got. I bet. He has to give. He had to give them a bollocking. That's it. That's what they need. And I hope he has been.
He understands. The USA want to exploit.
Come on.
Musa. Anthony Robinson and Declan Rice. Well, the last thing, Lee Dixon, that Gareth Southgate wanted was for England to start on the back foot again.
Well, exactly. Musa just
that's
space on the edge of England's box. As the lad said, I think the most important thing is to stay patient, but moving the ball quicker and all of that. You've got to run about as well when you haven't got the ball. Close the ball down. Close the guy on the ball down. Make his pass a rushed one.
We've seen Carl Walker just trot to the bench. He was in the dressing room a little bit longer than anybody else. He's coming back from an injury, hasn't played for a long time. Trying to put pressure on Zimmerman and did enough to force him into it.
If you are new here, please do consider giving us a subscribe and a like and a share. It would be very appreciated. Thank you.
That 2010 game was famous for a Rob Green mistake in Rustenburg, allowing Clint Dempsey's shot to squirm underneath him. The US had some recognisable names, 2 English supporters there, Altidore, Dempsey, Holden, Alan Donovan, Carlos Bocanegra, Tim Howard, all played in England in their time. Pressure from Mount, trying to upset Zimmerman.
Stuart Holden's doing commentary. The USA sat behind us, said he was going to
Let's just say, I played the game. I played the game.
Can't argue with him at the moment.
I played the game.
Still 0-0 though.
Trippier,
come on, man. Come on.
Returning to him, couldn't squeeze it past Robinson, and now the break is on for the stakes again. Pulisic dribbling menacingly. Right, trying to get it onto his right foot, does that, blocked by Stones, comes back to McKenna. This is danger for England. And it's that threat on the counter-attack which has caused them significant problems already, which is threatening them again.
Yeah, they broke really well with Pulisic.
I played the game well. I played the game.
Eye on the ball, just stays with his man. Your job there is to stop the shot. It's not been a massive improvement, you have to say. This would suggest at some point Gareth's out of his technical area that he changed, or he'll just sit for a little bit longer, as Roy Keane said.
You remember the second group game at the European Championships, was in which England drew 0-0 with Scotland. Wasn't a particularly
don't let these guys draw, Blip. Come on.
From their point of view.
You don't want a point.
On that occasion, a point was enough to qualify for the last 16. Sterling looking for an avenue. Saw that Tyler Adams could be exposed, and it was good covering from Anthony Robinson.
Yeah, he was wide. And I looked outside him to the left and then saw the danger inside. It's a good full-back play. You've got to know when to come narrow with your centre-back, and that was one of those occasions.
Now being tracked by Leeds United's Tyler Adams, the captain of the US men's national team. The one who's thriving under Jesse Marsh at Leeds United. Now, bit of space for him. He's again covering Pulisic. Still trying to get back. It's a US throw. Nice in the look. The US coach Greg Berhalter has been speaking really positively about England in the build-up to the tournament. Called them a scary opponent and labelled them contenders for the trophy, but the first half was reminiscent of the most recent summer of struggle after England's last tournament campaign. Now they've got some room, and Robertson is struggling to get back. Bukayo Saka, and that's good covering from Tyler Adams, and he knows it.
Well, there's every right to stand up, giving himself praise, because Robinson was completely out of position there. Pulisic give the ball away in midfield, and Robinson giving an option high and wide. That just opened up the space for Saka. What a run from Adams to get back.
Maguire. Could have been costly for England. Tied up by Luke Shaw. Okay, flicking it on towards Mason Mount. Under control quick enough. The idea was right from England though, and it was another deft touch by the England captain to get them on the front foot.
Oh, fucking hell.
England had a couple of nibbles at Tim Weah there.
Luke Shaw one that caused the damage. That's why Burton, he steps right onto his left boot.
Trippier. Saka. Shaw coming inside McKennie. Good touch by Kane to drag it away from Tyler Adams. Rice frustrated that there weren't too many options available to him.
That's a great example of how well organised this USA.
So this is all he wants. Here we go.
England, and all of a sudden, all the blue shirts are back in position. Huge amount of communication going on between the different lines of defence and midfield.
So have you solved that problem?
Put Foden up. You need someone to break the line. You need someone to beat someone. Every now and again, England showed a little passes of play, the runner beyond, and they played a little 1-2 and got in. There's not been enough of it.
Stones. Kane trying to hold it up. Do so. The second ball being won by the USA on many occasions. Saka penalised for coming in from behind.
It might just be a case of getting one of those players like a Grealish or a Foden who's going to draw players towards him because of his ability on the ball, just to free up a bit of space for somebody else.
The US playing well. They are a side that have been on an upward trajectory. When we were speaking to Greg Berhalter before the tournament, he was keen to point out that this competition would give them a real measure of their progress. They won the Gold Cup last summer by winning 5 of their 6 games 1-0, beating opposition like Haiti, Canada, Jamaica, Qatar and Mexico to lift the trophy. Even from that team, it's a very different USA 11 that has started this tournament.
If you imagine 4 years development on this group now that we see in the 11, it's going to be a force.
I'm sure Tim Green will be around in 4 years. Here is Ware looking for Musa. Interception from Bellingham.
That side is a very good point. Oh, maybe
39. A little bit of a problem with Mount and Sterling. It's just interesting to see when they have the ball, the positions that McKennie takes up. He'll drift infield, he'll be part of the 3-man midfield. Sometimes he'll be touching the touchline on this near side. Now he's scampering forward into a centre forward position. Pulisic. Pulisic going for goal. He took a little nick on the way through, and it's going to be another USA corner. And Jordan Pickford is furious. Absolutely furious. Listen to that roar that you could hear coming from the USA supporters. With Captain America shields being shaken at Christian Pulisic. He is no longer the man who wears the armband.
Kill me.
He is their most creative player, and he almost picked out Zimmerman.
Kill me.
A really good delivery, and Harry Maguire had to be his most alert. John Stones and Maguire now having an inquest. Trippier's come across too. Moses put the ball into an empty net.
that's what he's there for, but thankfully seen a little bit of danger behind him. Got the flight of the ball. Zimmerman was just steaming in, free header. Good defending in the end.
Had to be.
You just can't stop looking down, seeing what subs are warming up, saying, all right, come on, Gareth, let's change it.
Grealish, Walker, Henderson, Wilson and Rashford are all down there. Here come the United States again, and again they win another corner. And it's their fourth of the evening. Used. They like it.
I don't want to fucking draw. England, I don't want to draw. No, I don't want to draw. I don't want to draw. England, please, I don't want to draw.
Again, Harry Maguire has to come to the rescue. Pulisic, Kane, another corner. England have their backs against the wall. Harry Maguire has had to clear at least 4 corners. And we've only reached the hour mark, and it's those USA supporters that are feeling as if their team are the most likely to make the breakthrough. Another delivery into the centre of the goal. Another Harry Maguire header. Ream keeps it alive. Pulisic in a bit of space. Pulisic trying to take on Harry Kane, back defending. And now trying to escape up the field, something that's not going to happen because he was never going to get away. Those England fans behind the goal away to our left are racked with a bit of tension.
5 corners Harry Kane's nodded out. It is his job though, to be fair, centre out, but he is on overtime at the moment.
Maguire, don't give Kane all the credit.
Oh no, please, no. Ah!
Dest. Wandering too far. Pulisic. He got close to it, almost squirted through to right. Trippier across.
Oh.
And that pretty nice was foul on Tyler Adams. Greg Berhalter straight out to snap the hands of his captain.
Maybe a substitution, not only to try and go and win the game at the other end, but also change the flow, change the energy levels, because the USA are on top.
Fuck off, man.
And they believe it too.
Fuck off, man. Get off my screen.
They're struggling to get out of their own half. Steve Holland and Gareth Southgate are deep in conversation right on the edge of the technical area. Musa.
Dave came out second off, man.
Being shackled by Stones.
Fucking hell, Brad.
You get the feeling that eventually they'll make one of them work.
Harry Maguire wipes his forehead, sweeps his hair to one side because he knows what's coming in here.
Harry Maguire wipes his forehead. Massive forehead, man. Yeah, there's that.
Group on the edge of the England D, just plotting, trying to find a way to make the breakthrough for the USA. Simon and Kareem are a real danger. Zoomed in towards the back post, and Jordan Pickford didn't get near it. Zimmerman was coming, but not quick enough. But there might have been a little touch.
Difficult, yeah, difficult one for him because he's not too sure. He hasn't got time to look over his shoulder, see if there's anybody behind him. Gets a little bit underneath it. Zimmerman wasn't going to get there, but he's not to know that.
The pressure's building. And Pulisic has just gone over and tried to stir it up on this side as well. Scores have been better tonight. Yes, getting a little bit too handsy with the Chelsea winger.
Jordan Henderson just taking his bib off. Suggests they're trying to hold the fort a little bit more.
The other thing about Jordan Henderson is he's a senior pro, isn't he? He's someone who's going to get into those around him and try and lift the group. Sure. Grealish getting ready as well. Still back towards Harry Kane, who had drifted into the box but wasn't set for it. He's got it back again. Bukayo Saka, no one in the box to get on the end of that. Was a bit close to Matt Turner anyway.
Going in really quickly. Raheem Sterling maybe on this left-hand side and go in towards the 6-yard box. Little surprise, England getting the ball into the box. They haven't done that for a while.
Henderson's ready. Grealish just getting his top on.
He's bringing on fucking he's bringing on Grealish, was good. He's bringing on Henderson.
Robertson dealt with that really well.
I hope this changes the game. I really hope so. Grealish, yes, I'd bring Grealish. Grealish on.
Where?
Impact play, you know what I'm saying?
Nice managing to clear under a little bit of pressure, but there's no out ball for England. England have won 8 of their 11 meetings with the USA.
I'm bored, bro.
The last defeat against England in
How?
1993.
I don't want it called soccer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They were very proud of that one.
They've had the ball a lot this. I can't know.
Big changes for England. Raheem Sterling is being replaced by
Sterling's
Grealish. Jude Bellingham has been switched out for Jordan Henderson. The first 2 changes Gareth Southgate is making.
Come on, Grealish, blood! Come on! Come on, blood! You know, I don't rate you for Man City, but blood, you're a cool player, man. You understand?
We know what Jordan Henderson gives you. Gives you that stability in midfield. And it was either Foden or Grealish to come on. One of those line breakers who can just shake this USA back 4 up a little bit. Beat a player, create something, because at the moment they're not creating an awful lot.
Harry Kane has had more touches in the England box than he has in the USA's box so far tonight. They need to find a solution to that problem. This has been in the world of match as he came on. Here is Shaw. Space for Grealish on the left-hand side, but his delivery was out towards Kane. Henderson trying to keep England on the front foot here. Liverpool man trying to steer it out to Trippier. Saka. Kane needs a runner beyond him.
Go on, Kane.
Squeeze it past Musa. Pulisic. That's what England have got to do, engage higher up the pitch.
I already see a difference. 2 or 3 minutes a couple of opportunities to put the ball wide, get the ball on the edge of the box. They haven't done that at all in this second half.
Fuck. Grealish!
Still going Grealish. It's a good feint from him. I think the USA into making a tackle. Maguire's been penalised for being a little bit too physical.
In that first run from Grealish, though, there's 4 USA players got drawn towards him to try and stop him once he got into the box. Little flick of the ball inside to someone there. So already he's created a little bit of danger in that back line.
And it's down to Dest. I'm trying to get back at it. Shaw did manage to engage. England ball.
Oh,
So back to 1993.
Thought he was going to get away with it. What happened?
England lost and you were in the starting line. Do you remember that?
Yes.
It was the game that took place in the US Cup. It was the nadir of the Graham Taylor time. Do you remember that?
Yes. There were points to this, or is it just humiliation time?
No, I was just going to ask you whether or not that was the point that you thought that the USA started to become a bit more of a force on the world stage, because things changed after that, didn't they? They had the USA World Cup, the MLS started to kick into gear.
I didn't think that at the time, no. I just thought it may be my last time I play for England. How about that?
It wasn't, though, was it? You went on to have a very successful England career.
Sneaked a few more caps.
Not the only one in that team. Remember, there was the likes of Ron Palmer, Lee Sharp, Gary Pallister, David Batty. All of them, I don't think, ever really lived it down. It was a bad day for England, bad day against the USA, and there was one in 1950 as well.
I didn't play in that one.
No, you didn't. The World Cup of 1950 in Brazil. England went out.
come on.
Biggest shock
Come on, man.
Both actually the USA and England went out from that World Cup in the group stages. It's an example of them being a thorn in their side constantly, these tournaments. Here is Grealish into Kane. Can they reverse that? On to Grealish again. Kane. Stones is getting all right now.
A few signs from the bench, just calm it down, don't need to force it. Get the ball out here to Grealish. Or Saka on the other side.
Come on, England.
McKennie.
Come on. Fucking hell, blood.
This is Grealish. Mount. Good switch out towards that far side. This is Trippier.
Come on. Declan Rice. Luke Shaw.
It's natural to,
Harry
to
Maguire.
wanting to win the game, but just make sure you do not lose the game.
Saka.
Oh.
On to Trippier. Now Saka again. Too much to aim at in the centre. Henderson giving it to him, and he couldn't keep hold of it once again. Mount, Kane. Still going, Kane. Onto Saka. Couldn't get it under control, and then it bobbled off him after an attempted clearance, but I think the offside flag was going to go up anyway. It's coming for the United States of America, and Brendan Aronson is about to come on. Didn't start against Wales either, nor did Marcus Rashford, but he too is about to enter the fray.
Rashford is coming on.
First change is Winston McKennie, who was a slight doubt for this game, picked up a knock in that Wales game. This is that Brendan Aronson is a very dynamic midfielder who will get up and down.
Actually, Greg Berhalter wants to win the game. He is. And he'll link up with Adams, his teammate at Leeds, with a firecracker.
Dest is being replaced. Had a bit of trouble on this near touchline. And surprise inclusion into the USA squad. Shaq Moore of Nashville, who was in Spain in the last 3 seasons before signing back to the MLS. He's obviously unhappy about being replaced Serginho Dest. Bukayo Saka is off, and on comes Marcus Rashford, trying to influence proceedings from the right-hand side, as he did when he came off the bench the other day. Scored the third fastest goal by a World Cup substitute on Monday, 49 seconds after coming off the bench. Yeah, that would be nice. You've won the double. You've won trophies with Arsenal. You've been in teams where patience has been key. As a senior player in this group, what would you be trying to say to some of the younger members of the team now?
Just keep playing, keep doing your job. Do not give anything away. You do not lose this game, and we'll get a chance before the end of the game.
Pulisic. The intervention by Declan Rice was imperative for that move to break down.
I don't want this to be a fucking 0-0, man.
Well, there's only 10 minutes to go. The going to need a little bit of leadership out on the pitch.
Actually, a lot of senior players out there when you think about it. Obviously, Sterling's gone off, Maguire, Stones, Shaw's been there a reasonable amount of time now. Henderson.
Mount. It's a good ball out on this near side of Weah. And to come across Harry Maguire. He's holding something.
Reaching down on that top of that lower back, top of his thigh. Hopefully due to kick.
Good from Kane. Declan Rice. Grealish. Rice wants it back again. The ball wasn't right from Jack Grealish.
Fucking hell, man.
Matt. Now to Wanda. To Kane. Needs a little bit of support. Trippier joining now. Rashford's made a dart into the box. It's Henderson. It's not a great delivery. And that Turner is underneath it.
He's been good. Turner with the crosses the whole game. Anything with any height on, it's just come out of his goal. Henderson does normally whip a brilliant ball from that angle, but he's just gone underneath that one.
Turner, who's played for Arsenal 4 times now, has only conceded once. That was a penalty. Moore.
Fucking hell.
Two more changes for the USA. Tim Weah is going to be replaced by Gio Reyna, son of a former World Footballer of the Year, George Weah, the president now of Liberia. Replaced by a man born in Sunderland, Gio Reyna, who could have played for England by birthright, but was never really going to. He's the son of Claudio Reyna, who used to play for Rangers and Manchester City. He's roaring back from injury to play. His mum was also a famous USA international. You saw a shot of his dad. Josh Sargent is also on for Haji Wright. Sargent having a good season with Norwich City in the Championship.
Okay, no. This ain't good enough.
It's been a pressing from England, but it's
Fucking
been
good
beaten by
enough.
the USA.
It was
Not
nearly
fucking
pressed.
good
Just
enough,
off it
blood.
again, and that's why they got
Not
out so
fucking
easy.
good enough. Oh my God. Fucking good enough.
British has won a foul. And England, as a result, will have a set piece in a dangerous area. What would you do here?
Stick it in the mix of in the box.
It's got to that level, has it?
Maguire's just won 6 corners at the other end on his own. Let's hope he wins number 7.
It's a feature of England's play, one that they haven't really maximised in this evening's game.
Fuck off, Mark. fucking. I mean, I've never seen a worse game in my fucking life.
Maguire dealt with by
They better add fucking 9 minutes on
himself has had a bit of a resurgence after being one of those players who seems to play well in the Championship. Never gets an opportunity.
They better add 9 minutes. That's all
pushed out of the team when they get to the Premier League. He has performed much better this year under Marco Silva, and he's played a lot of games.
Yeah.
Every one for Fulham this Premier League season.
I saw him the other week against United, and he was fantastic. He looked at home, really confident. He lost the game, but that wasn't his fault.
You mentioned it earlier. I suppose the key thing here is that England don't lose this game.
Absolutely. You take the point if that's the case. You get 4 after 2 games.
There was a bit of a reaction when England drew 0-0 with Scotland in the second game in the Euros. You remember that? Look what happened next. Look, it's not worth getting that pessimistic, is it?
Well, you have to remember that if you get a point, you're stopping the opposition getting 3. So, based on the fact where the USA find themselves, they want to win this game.
Group stages often racked with tension for England managers. They rarely glide serenely through. Going back 8 years, 2014, before a ball was kicked in the third game, England were already out. Scrapped through in South Africa. They weren't perfect at Euro 2016 or 2012. It's only latterly that things have been a little bit easier for them. Kane, finding Rashford. Rashford trying to tiptoe his way into a dangerous area.
Fucking Grealish, man.
Back to
Rashford
again.
Rashford!
Bend it towards the far corner, but it's very close to Matt Turner. No real trouble for the American goalkeeper.
Yeah, you can see what he's trying to do with overlap from Shaw, just to create a space for himself to put it on that right foot. Couldn't quite get the bend on it.
Good to have Marcus Rashford back in the England fold after such a long time out.
Yeah, really good. Concentrating on his football. The real asset, he's got that pace, and when he's hungry and he's playing well, he's one of England's top strikers.
Gareth Southgate went to visit him in the summer to his house to have a 2-hour meeting, clear the air and find out exactly what the problems were with Marcus Rashford. For a long time he was not really joining up with England even before the European Championships. Reina. Maguire brings it out. And they're looking for a counter-attack, but there wasn't really a threat on this side. I think he's not going to outpace Zimmerman.
I bloody hate this game.
To try and outpace Mason Mount.
Luckily, Mason Mount about 50 yards in that press and without energy.
Here's Josh Sargent. Into Pulisic. Danger signs flashing for England once again. Moore trying to pick out Reina, who just drifted back from the penalty spot.
You've got to knock that in first time. The space was there for him just to whip it right along the 6-yard box. By taking a touch, he closed all the space down.
Good news. If it stays like this, then England will qualify if they avoid a 4-goal defeat against Wales. England could lose 5 here to Wales and still qualify for an USA draw.
That is good news. It doesn't cover up the poor performance tonight, though. We've got to take it into contact. Got to play better moving forward if they indeed do go through. and second best all over the pitch, with and without the ball.
Jordan Henderson has won a free kick. The problem here, Louis, is also has an impact on squad management, doesn't it? Had England won this game, Gareth Southgate could rotate his cast. They've taken a free kick quickly, and it's dealt with by Moore, and they've won a corner kick right at the end of the game. We're into stoppage time, of which there will be just 4 added minutes.
All will be forgotten and forgiven if this creates an opportunity for England.
Kieran Trippier just trying to engender the support of the crowd behind the goal. He wants to suck the ball into the net. England have committed a lot of men forward.
I've got a feeling.
Let's hope you're right. Heading towards Maguire, who heads it down and just didn't get enough purchase on that header. Not so well at the other end with his defending of set pieces.
That's the guy in front of the goalkeeper. Where's your Ian Wright when you need him?
Getting ready to analyse what has been a rather
Shit, man!
performance in large parts.
Oh.
That's given away cheaply. Grealish is on the run now. Adams has come out to engage. He's been terrific for the USA tonight. That's a push in the back that was unnecessary. And Musa has conceded a free kick in a dangerous area here.
Go on, blood. Go on. Come on, please.
So Luke Shaw taking charge, creator of Jude Bellingham's goal
Please.
on Monday in the Al Khalifa Stadium.
Oh.
Perfect pinpoint delivery is required.
Good time to score.
Shaw. And in towards Harry Kane, and he got up there, and he got so very, very close to piercing the Matt Turner net.
Well, he did everything. It was a little bit low down. He's just dipped his head, try and get something on it. It's come right off the top of his head. Great ball in from Shaw.
And that was a cracking chance, the best chance I think that England have fashioned.
30 seconds left.
There haven't been too many attempts on target all night for England. Most of them Matt Turner has been equal to. I think everybody who has attended the Al Stadium north of Qatar was expecting a little bit more than this tonight, Lee.
They've managed the game really well, I think. The USA burnt themselves out the other night, but they've been more controlled tonight. Maybe because they're playing against the better players, so they had to be. The midfield
Free kick.
And the front three, they're closing down, and discipline has been fantastic. The back line has done a good job as well. And a chance now, maybe to nick all 3 points.
Pulisic. down the side for Gio Reyna.
That free kick, so I'll just take the point one. They didn't even want to put it into the net, into the box.
And there is the point. A point for
Full
the
time.
USA. I don't think it was the greatest entertainment. The supporters inside the stadium certainly voicing their concerns. The performance from England will just temper the optimism that followed Monday's rampant display against Iran. Certainly this point is better for England than it is for the US, but the confident mood that built up in dispatching Iran may well have been punctured after tonight. Christian Pulisic did well, old friends reunited. The USA...
This is fucking dreadful. I'm sorry, blood. This was a dreadful game. Why did we play like that? Look at him. Look at him in his fucking coat. His fucking suits. Shake his hand. You bloody wasted 90 minutes of my life. You prat. Fucking hell, blood. You've just wasted 90 minutes of my life. Oh my fucking God. Shake his hand as well, you flipping prat. You just wasted 90 minutes of my life. Oh, fucking hell, man. If we win this World Cup, I'm telling you, it's because despite Southgate, it's despite him. Do you know what I'm saying? It's despite this guy. Oh, fuck yeah. These players, we've got a better squad than them. We've got a better squad, but we haven't got the coach. Oh, fuck you know. I said this after the Germany game in the Nations League. I said, if we win the World Cup, it'll be despite Southgate. And what does he do? His inept tactics are shit. He does not know how to coach these players. You know what I'm saying? He's a championship level manager. He's not good enough for this team to accelerate into the tournament, to get to a final, lad. A semi-final. Now we might get to the quarter-final, semi-final. But we ain't getting to the final if we play that kind of football. We played it in the Euros. That was acceptable. And it didn't feel like a Euros because it was a different kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was amazing. But teams just didn't. France got knocked out. Belgium got knocked out. Portugal got knocked out. Italy would, don't get me wrong. Teams did, good teams were there. But, yeah. But he needs to bloody... Look, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, but... We beat Iran. Yeah. But optimism coming into this game. Wales lost to Iran. They're not our bad side. Surely you come into this game with confidence. What do? Park the fucking bus. It's classic Southgate, that. Classic. Absolutely classic, mate. Mate, look. I've had enough. Classic Southgate. It is honestly, man. Like, just classic class. When are we going to see proactive football better than this? We have to get this guy out of a job. I don't want him at England. He's not good. When are the FA going to realise that? If he gets us to a quarter-final, there's been rumours that he can stay to the fucking next Euros. I don't want that. Do you get me? I do not want that. I want a competent coach that will play proactive football, but yet our FA don't see that. We've got a fucking shit FA. Oh, we want English players. English manager, sorry. Who's fucking available? Potter ain't going to leave Chelsea. Eddie Howe is not going to leave Newcastle after a year, blood. He's not going to do that. What? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Even these players don't think Southgate's good enough. You can tell. There's already been rumours that they don't think, you know, he's good enough. They're playing it because of the shirt. We need a better coach. We need a better coach, and that's it. I've said my piece, blood, but he needs to. You know, I'm just baffled because you play 90 fucking minutes against Iran, yeah? You beat them 6-2, yeah? You beat them 6-2. 6-2. They go beat Wales. So you're telling me USA are better than Iran? They might be, you never know. But I think they can draw with Iran, Wales. I think they can draw with Iran. But yeah, that's what I think. I think they can draw with Iran, but we can smash Iran. So yeah, we can beat Wales and USA. If we go draw against you, Wales, now I will be pissed. I will be pissed. Look, we had this last year at the Euros, all right. Okay. But honestly, let's be honest now. We've seen upsets in this tournament. We don't want that to be us in the round of 16. In the round of 16 quarterfinals, we don't want that. But if he does not make it to the fucking round of at least the final, we should be getting to the final with this squad. We should be winning the thing with this squad. We've got a fuck. Our bench is better than their first team, blood. You know what I'm saying? Our team, now our bench is better than their first team. Let alone our fucking our first team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, if a competent coach like Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, Thomas Tuchel, even Graham Potter, Eddie Howe, they would have won this game today. They would have won. They would have played a different style to this. One shot on fucking target. Now you're taking that piss, big one. No, three shots. In the whole 90 fucking minutes, though. That's poor. Considering we were apparently the favourites. Oh, well, we are the favourites. That's not... You don't go into a game like that, drawing like that, as being the favourites. You go smash them. You go smash them. You go win. You go show that mentality of the hype like Brazil did. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'll speak to you guys soon, man. I've had enough, like, you know what I'm saying? I've had enough. I don't know. Look, we just like just get rid of him, man. We need to get rid of him. But I think, look, I think it was just too soon to get rid of him before the World Cup. But we need either way, man. If he gets to round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, if he does not win the thing, get rid of him. But our FA is stupid and will allow him to fucking manage the Euros. Why? I mean, that's for another day, but yeah, I just... You win 6-2 against Iran, man. And you come out like this. Like that. Especially the first half. I mean, second half was embarrassing. It was what? No, let me add that in, blood. Second half was embarrassing. I've had enough. Like, just, you know, look, I love England. I want them to win. I want them. If we win, it'll be despite Southgate. I've said this before. You know, it'll be despite them, despite him. But yeah, I don't see us winning it. Because imagine when we get a fucking France, man. Imagine when we get when we pull out a France, a fucking a good team that can actually play ball. Yeah, it is shit. It's shit. It's shit. They could have scored at least 2 goals today if they had a good strike, because you know they created chances, but what did we fucking create? Not much. We didn't create much. Yeah. We created fuck all, to be fair. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. And you know, they should have. They should have. They should have. Wasted 90 minutes of my fucking life as well. 90 fucking minutes of my life I just wasted. It's shit. It's fucking shit. Look, as long as we got a point, at least we didn't fucking lose, but still we should be winning. I don't accept this. I don't want to accept this fucking shit. Fucking losing. Fucking drawing. I don't want to. I want to go, you know, we should be going in with a winner's mentality, blood. Look, at least we didn't lose, but I didn't want to fucking draw. It feels like a loss, especially for a team like us. You know, because we're not Ecuador, we're not Saudi, we're not Japan, we're not one of these other teams that are in the World Cup. We're not like them. We've got a fucking massive status. We've won it. We've won the World Cup. We've got to a final of the Euros. We should be going in with a winner's mentality. We should be dominating them, not letting them have the ball. High tempo, pressing them. Where was that? Where was that, blood? Where? Tell me. It's in the fucking Premier League, blood. It's not in the. It's like fucking Qatar. Tell me, blood. Where is it? Where is it? Look, the thing is, most of our players are from the Premier League as well. The intensity, we're fucking back to the Premier League, blood. We're not even playing in the Premier League yet. No, it's not in Qatar. It's back there, back in England, back here. Anyway, I've had my say. Oh fuck, I've had my say. I want to go fucking get a drink. Anyway, blood. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night. We'll bounce back. We'll beat fucking Wales. We better. Anyway, blood. See you soon. Thank you for joining. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I love the channel a lot. Yeah, thank you. Bye. I'm gonna go get a fucking nice drink now, blood. Oh, get a nice smoke.